Mustaches, shirtless dudes. Welcome to Counter-Strike.
Yeah, we've got all the good stuff going on over on this side for sure. We know what we're doing.
We've found out what the audience likes.
Did a survey.
They're like half-naked pimp.
That's it. Well, you know where you can go find it now. We're going to get into some really hot action now, though. It's going to be Renegades and MIBR playing second map here, the best of 3, now on Dust2. So welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. And look at JKS and Gratisfaction already pushing out in the middle. This is such an aggressive push, and it might actually work out well for them because they need the information quick that this is going to be a push up long from the T side. Lias encountering them first.
Oh,
no! What on earth is going on? It's Fur and KNG gone. That was just 2 taps through the smoke. He didn't even see anybody. And now, can they actually close it out? Gratisfaction looking to take over where Lias left off. That is such an outrageous sequence. And Lucas and Fallen, no chance left at all here. Lucas going to get run down at the end. And the round goes to Renegades. Mother of God, what just happened?
You have to feel so bad just watching that. It's such an unreasonable thing to have happen to you. That's one of those things where your teammates just like, what happened? Like, how did that happen? And you're just like, I don't know. Like, I literally didn't see anything. This is disgusting.
I'm just shocked. I'm absolutely shocked.
That's like 1 in a million.
It really is. Well.
Oh, hello. We've got an opening pick from Fallen with a scout through the double doors. Smoke down. It doesn't matter. Now
we just need the game to calm down a little bit so we can all follow along.
Everyone chill. Ooh, Azza, I like this. Nade up on the catwalk, and that's going to give away his position. It's too far behind. It's actually deep on the catwalk instead of being around the corner. And Gratisfaction and HE Nade himself, it's going to come out. That'll do good damage onto KNG, and a Molotov out to try and delay, but there's someone already in front of it. Fur, who's pushing up aggressively. Gratisfaction's going to give ground, and he's going to get punished.
And Fur spotted that last player down at long. He definitely knows that Lias is out there. They've been holding on to middle all along. Fallen just holding down with the scout, which is brilliant. Means they can pretty much stay safe on the catwalk. And that fight taking way too long. Fur will drop him. Another great shot. And this is all falling apart here for Renegades. A beautiful pistol round, but the follow-up round, it's working out well for MIBR.
It's just as beautiful. The pick from Fallen is a great thing to have. The scout obviously working out perfectly. The deagles from Fur. What a great round from MIBR. They steal it right back.
And Renegades don't really want to bow out of this one yet, so they're going to be investing into a couple of scouts themselves, and Gratisfaction, the only one saving any kind of money here. They could actually get the tag on him as well.
Yeah, oh! Okay. Fallen is he's feeling this mid shot. Might not want to challenge him for the rest of the half. If you're Renegades, don't even deal with it. Gratisfaction up close behind the double doors. But man, JKS being tagged, Azza being out of the fight entirely. And even Jacob can't come back to cause any kind of distraction. And I mean, just a little bit of luck goes their way, and I believe that's Gratisfaction who just goes down for free.
Yeah, he was not that far away, was he? Good kill for Lias. Looks like Gratisfaction managed to make his way back still. Setting up for that classic smoke that we've seen a couple of times now. That's Fallen again, down the middle. This is starting to become
unreasonable.
Slightly so, yeah.
But I'm fine with it. It'd be cool. It's fun to watch.
It's great. Just makes you think, there's some sort of statistical thing, that has to kick in at one point, It can only happen like
so many times in one game.
Yeah, so when it happens like, 3 times or 4 times in the space of like 2 rounds, you think, well,
never again for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
They've used it all up.
They've used all the luck.
2-1. A very exciting 2-1. And Renegade's going to be forced to just keep their USPs and not invest a whole lot into this round. 1 smoke on Liaz just to probably guard the cross. Actually, all 5 players in CT spawn for Renegade's going to go for a late cross of mid behind this smoke. Maybe not.
Sort of pretending like they wanted to, right?
Did they miss the smoke? It's been deployed. It's been used. I think he just missed the bounce.
Surely there's no way you can do that.
Fur's gonna. I mean, he rushes out mid, and I think he spotted at least 3. So where's the response? It's MIBR taking long, and they don't want to use the smokes. They don't want to allow the USPs to get close up. They want to take these fights at range with their rifles, and you can see why. Lucas just holding down the trigger.
Gratisfaction and Jacob now 2 versus 4. I mean, there should be nothing really that they could do here. Maybe the FAMAS could do a little bit of damage, but ultimately they're trying to see if they can just have, I don't know, some sort of damage. I almost would have rather that they save the FAMAS, even though that also feels a little bit sad. KNG with a nice triple, and MIBR just handling that round no problem.
I want to see that smoke.
I feel like you would have to miss the wall to, like, how's that possible, you know?
If I was looking at it on the mini map on the radar that shows the smoke, and it was like a mid to B smoke. So maybe it hit like a weird corner on the box and it just died or bounced right back at him or something. Or maybe I'm just wrong. Probably not, but it's possible.
All right, well, listen, somebody will do the investigation. That smoke worked out just fine. Across the middle, they've got the AWP now in Gratisfaction, and no armor, though. So, that absolutely be a problem. It doesn't have to be right off the bat, but a very common setup and a very common default as well for the MIBR side, right? Just spreading all across the map, just making sure that no one is pushing. Gonna go clear out catwalk, you have to assume in a second, and then figure out what to do from there.
Yeah, because they're not going to encounter anything on catwalk. We can see there's no defenders. Gratisfaction rotating back, as you mentioned, the unarmored AWP, no utility as well. So if they do attack here, there's no counter flashbangs to slow it down. There's no nades, no smokes to buy time. And KNG's already got this angle. And yeah, Gratisfaction wants nothing to do with that fight once he sees the smoke deployed. Lucas, I think, just jumped over his smoke trying to get some information. I'm not sure what he spotted.
Gratisfaction's position, I mean, they don't really have one HE grenade, so maybe he's going to be fine. Now he's got some backup there as well. Molotov into the corner. Azza's there to try and help him out. He's going to get a kill before he goes down. It's a quick kill, but the bomb gets dropped with 40 seconds left, and Gratisfaction just has to stay alive. That's the main goal right here, while backup is being called for. Over it long as well. Lias is just holding it forever and ever, but MIBR, they've slowed this push down so much that it's kind of lost almost all of the power that it maybe once had. Fur going to be coming out very late, and he loses the fight to Lias. But even if Fur wins that fight, that's at like 20 seconds. I don't think that'll win them the round.
No, I mean, it's always hard to tell when you're in that scenario. But, you know, we can tell, obviously, with all the information on the map, that if MIBR was going to win that round, Fur needed to take that fight a little bit earlier on to help alleviate some of that pressure, because there was no progress forward at the A bomb site for MIBR.
If you're Gratisfaction, you're going to be so happy about this round, right? Because you only had the open no armor, and you get to... You pick up a couple of kills, you get to keep the open next round. You actually still don't buy any armor, which is, I guess he dropped for somebody?
Yeah, very possible. Liaz is going to find a kill onto Lucas. Molotov making sure no one can follow up Lucas's play. And a 5-on-4 for the defense.
That felt very off. Oh, that's even better now. Gratisfaction even getting a leg shot on Fallen. This is... such a beautiful start, isn't it? And Azza, if that grenade had not gone down the middle, had gone the upper ground instead, that would have been it. Oh, he gets around the corner.
Fair play, though. Again, take it back to Inferno. We mentioned we like seeing that assertiveness and aggressiveness from Fallen with the AWP. With 7 HP, he's trying to hunt down that kill.
But that jump out long that they try to do with Lucas, normally when people do that, they have a lot more grenades thrown for them. And they were all waiting outside long in MIBR, so they could have thrown more flashbangs to help him out. But I felt like they just had the one sort of setup, and that was it.
Maybe he had the spawn where they thought he could have gotten out. And I think they wanted to pile a few more bodies, perhaps, instead of waiting to throw the utility. Regardless, it obviously did not pan out super well. That's 2 mid to B smokes. One of them certainly, I think, missed. And Gratisfaction, he's going to get wrapped upon. Good kill from Fallen. There is a player at long that didn't clear out. He hasn't. Taco needs that kill, and he's got it. But now he's got to press the issue, and he's got to do it quickly. Bomb is down a long ways away, and he needs this right now, and Gratisfaction is playing it to perfection. Will eventually fall, but does Taco have any idea how close up the ramp they are? Because they can hear all these footsteps. They're tracking him the whole way.
Yeah, they definitely were just waiting for that. And great play on Gratisfaction, you're right. I mean, he even got the shot on Taco to put him down to 5 health, so that's what you like to see. 3-3 now, all tied up. And yeah, a little bit back and forth early on in this game. We'll see what Renegades can do now that they've got a little bit more money to work with. And MIBR don't have a lot. They have the scout, but you have to assume that won't be a problem this time.
JKS with a little bit of target practice, and peace.
He's just put to sleep, isn't he?
That'll make you think. A long time in this round to just ponder all of your decisions if you're JKS. Taco's going to be feeling it with his deagle. He wants to go for another fight. The AWP has been taken away from Renegades as well. Weren't able to recover it in the previous round, so Taco's going to swing wide, and ooh, he spots that head a little bit late. Flashbang as well as a team flash. Here comes the flashbangs from Renegades, but Alza's blind, and Liaz trying to fight at range, but he's got to be mindful of long. Renegades is doing an okay job, but they can still turn and slip out of their favor very quickly. Yeah,
this is exactly where it can fall apart. If you just lose one more player in this one, then it's going to get really weird. Jacob, a powerful position to be in. KNG really wants to follow up. He spot just the top of his head. That's a smart play. Taco's just playing a distraction over at the A bomb site for the minute. Bomb is down in middle and 40 seconds on the clock. They start to see if they can maybe edge their way back to the B bomb site.
Taco's playing this like such a god at the moment. He's just frozen Alza at this bomb site, and Alza can't do anything because he doesn't know. He can't go hunt Taco down because he doesn't know if there's one on catwalk. He has the information now, but at this point, he's just trapped. He's fighting to the death, and he's got players guarding every single peak. And MIBR is about to turn another force up, another save, another deagle round into their favor, whatever you want to call it. That's the second in this half that they've won so far.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, Taco got the early deagle kill, but then the rest of the time it was just like a dance of death over there, just, you know, slowly luring him in, just every second that goes by.
It's just freezing him in place, not letting him do anything else on the map, like making sure that he can't even look towards long, he can't rotate towards mid. You could even hear actually a pretty cool detail. I don't know if the viewers can actually hear it, which would be a shame, but when KNG's hunting Jacob down in that middle box, we could hear Jacob calling for a flashbang. He was saying flash over mid, someone flash over mid, because he knows he's pinned down and needs some kind of escape, and it just couldn't arrive in time.
It's going to be safe with the Krieg, but that's all you could really say. That's a huge steal for MIBR. We mentioned the scout is maybe not being that much of a factor in a round like that, but then the deagle came out, and that detail over at catwalk, very cool. 8th round now going to be beginning in. Yeah, this is the fight
that's just nasty.
He was so pinned down as well. It's kind of shocking that they didn't get more, but a good round for KNG as well.
MIBR back in business, 4-3. Pretty much a full investment from the Renegades defense. Flash in. Oh, nice timing for Liaz, just holding the trigger. Very narrow choke point. Rewarded with the kill on Fur, but long control goes to MIBR. Renegades is going to be fine with that, though. They're fine giving up control as long as they have the man advantage.
Yeah, just sitting in the flashbang for a second and just enough bullets to take care of that. Almost looked like he had the timing. Lucas walking right into it. He did get a dink in return. But it looked like Liaz was about to have a clean double kill there. That could have worked out, I think.
This is turning into an awkward round for MIBR. I have to imagine they're worried about letting this one slip away. Bomb on Lucas at long. He's buddied up with Taco, but the rest of the map, MIBR have no idea. You've got Fallen and T-Spawn watching for the big flank. You got KNG with the AWP pretty much solo taking mid, a very risky proposition. And they have no information of what's in lower or upper dark.
Well, it's off there on catwalk, but it's going to go away right about now, and they're going to go check it. They're actually checking what's on catwalk, so they want the information. 30 seconds. They're going to be smoking across now to head the way to the A-bomb site. And Renegades trying to get back just in time. Gratisfaction has now picked up the Krieg. That makes a lot of sense. He's got the health for it. Does a lot of damage, but they still need the kills. Luca's going to get one in return as Taco goes down. 15 seconds on the clock, and the bomb is dropped and the ramp. This is a bit of a disaster now for MIBR, and they might end up throwing this round away. KNG in a 1 versus 4. No chance at all. Gratisfaction with a double kill, and Liaz with a double. The guy to set up the round as well. And that, I don't know, if you're MIBR, that's hard to deal with. You just had that round.
It's way too early in this game for it to be this scrappy. This has turned into a very brawly, ugly affair, just back and forth fighting with whatever you can muster in each and every round. Which is crazy that we're just 8 rounds in, or 8 rounds completed.
How do you deal with that? Those are the sort of rounds. I mean, just like some of the 4-on-5s that they lost MIBR on when they were on the CT side on Inferno.
Yeah.
You really you have to find a way to iron that out. Like you've got to make sure that those rounds are run smoothly, right? because those are the high percentage rounds where you get the opening kill, you don't really lose anything, and it should all be working out in your favor. And just like this one, where you're up against one Krieg, and that's more or less it. And I think that Krieg got 4 out of the 5 kills, so it's like it's way too much.
Ooh, Fallen. Bit of a risk, almost pays off for him. Gratisfaction is out for blood though. Trying to keep him pinned down. Wants to go for a mid-peek. He's got to be careful. Now they're positioned perfectly to counteract this. He takes the shot, and they're going to go for the peek. And he's looking directly for the low one, and Fallen's got him. Gratisfaction just continued to challenge. It's JKS steps up to the plate. Next, he's got Fallen. They line up. He's got 2 and a 3rd. That is a massive recovery, but Lucas is right there for a double kill. But the bomb is dropped in mid. It's all on Taco.
Yeah, 1 versus 2. That smoke is going to go away any second. He's got no more grenades left. He almost has to get the bomb and try and get back before that smoke fades, and it's fading right behind him. He's in so much trouble, making his way through the window, and he gets the kill, and then he goes down to Azza. That, I don't know, that whole situation down the middle was getting out of control pretty rapidly. I did like the spray. I mean, the way that JKS does that as well, he's sort of crouching to the left all the time, which makes it very hard for him to deal with. Like, it's nicely done.
I think as well, I mean, perfect timing because they're just recovering from throwing grenades, so not even all of them have their gun out and are ready to take a fight. Well done, JKS closing the gap in the defense. Boost up on Catwalk, and for MIBR, it's looking like a play towards the B bomb site. Plenty of 1 smoke, 2 flashes, and we're going to get a dead round. Timeout called, and MIBR are going to be happy about that. Well, I think they're going to be happy just because they didn't turn the corner or throw any of their utility, right?
Yeah, that's true. They would have given it away. Now, if they actually had gone for that B, there was an MP9 on JKS waiting inside, and they don't have any armor. So, like, I imagine that would also make it really rough. But we'll see if they find out. Maybe they're still going to go back to it once we get everything sorted out. Gratisfaction disconnecting for a second, and hopefully he'll be back in a quick minute.
Yeah, hot minute.
Hot minute, yeah. That's what I mean. No headsets are off yet, so I'm guessing they'll sort it all out. What did I want to ask you? Oh yeah, that show that's going on, I think on Amazon Prime, called The Boys. Have you seen that?
I have.
It's
good.
It's quite enjoyable.
It's a unique take on the superhero genre.
Yeah, it's quite dark. Now we'll try not to spoil it, but it's like it does get.
There are some dark moments.
It's get pretty rough.
Yeah, but definitely check it out if you're into that kind of thing. Dark superhero stuff. If you liked Hancock.
Yeah, it's like an even more brutal version.
Yeah, it's like imagine how dark Hancock was and multiply it by like 20.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. But yeah, that's worth checking out, I would say. I hope that genre keeps growing. I hope there's more stuff to balance out the rest of it, because it's not that I mind the other superhero movies, but they can get like a little bit,
I want a super villain movie.
And
I guess we kind of have one with Joker, which I haven't seen yet, but
yeah, that's a good idea.
I feel like just more villain movies could be cool.
There could be some good ones in there. I agree. 10th round coming up now. We've got the game back in, and they are going to be walking towards the MP9. So we're going to get to see what actually happens here. First of all, they have to get through the fire, and that's already not proven all that easy. They get the kill. This MP9, again, without the armor, very hard to do anything. And now they're getting flanked by the other MP9. So just all around a bad time for MIBR. As though with the triple, he's going to be happy about that.
Listen, they were never going to win that round, but there was 1 smoke that went unused that could have extinguished that Molotov. But then you would have been jumping through a smoke into the arms of an MP5 or MP7 or whatever it was. So, regardless, it all ended the same way. Triple kill from the SMG. Double up setup now for the defense. Gratisfaction and JKS with those 2 weapons. And a 2-round lead now for Renegades. Finally, things sort of stabilizing-ish. Renegades have won 5 of the last 6 and the last 3 straight.
Quick rundown. Gratisfaction, hearing that, he's reading this perfectly. He knows that this is kind of what all those grenades at the corner are for. That smoke and then the follow-up flashbang. You could sort of hear them timed, and it was good timing for MIBR, right? But no one there to challenge it on the Renegade side. Now they're going to go back and check it. He's right there, and I think Gratisfaction, yeah, a moment where he didn't realize that could have cost him his life.
Yeah, very easily. Taco just staying right behind the edge of that smoke, and you have to imagine they're going to set up the wall for the cross right now. If Liaz and Gratisfaction aren't ready, they can be caught out into the open. There's the jump up. He's got so much information, but now he's blind, and where do you go? Double smoke in the same spot. They're taking the fights towards CT spawn, and these players, these defenders of the A-bomb set, they're trying to get involved in the action. It's finally there, but Liaz is still alive in the wide swing. It's going to net him one, and the spray from Fur, he's down at 1 HP, and KNG all along coming up catwalk, but it might be too little too late.
Very awkward. The bomb is in such an awkward position as well. KNG definitely spotting that out. The flashbang, it's going to get him anyway, and he'll go down. Liaz with a good double kill, and Renegades, I don't know, there were like 10 different ways they could have lost that fight, but they managed to find their way through. And when you get people, when the T side, when they're all sort of pushed up against that wall, you could tell that they weren't in a very comfortable position either.
No, there's only so long you can sit at that wall after you've been spotted, especially before the pop flash peaks come in.
Yeah.
And that's when it turns into a hellish nightmare. Fallen. Not taking the shot this time. JKS as well, just missing narrowly. But remember, MIBR's won 2 of these rounds in this half so far. These Deagle Scout combo rounds. Surely a third is not in the cards. Taco doing his best.
Yeah, really trying to chase him down, but Molotov made that really pretty much impossible.
That is kind of like a really, I didn't even really think about it until I just said the words out loud, but MIBR winning 2 Deagle rounds, and like this feels like a close game, right? But like those are, you know, they're not doing well in the gun rounds at all. Those have been all Renegades.
Yeah, they've got 4 rounds overall, and 2 of them have been from something like that.
And probably the other 2 are, you know, spawned off winning the Deagle rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, when you put it like that, it does make you feel a bit uneasy. Fallen on a wild and crazy mission that ultimately was going to always fail. And that'll
Shout out Fallen if you're watching this VOD. Anders thinks you were destined to fail.
Just in that one, I'm saying. But, you know, I still like it. I you know, why not? Maybe it could have worked. Maybe there could have been another cool scout headshot. 8-4. 10 kills on Lucas. That's pretty good. KNG starting to get up there as well. So it's still Lucas and KNG that are doing a lot of it, but Liaz actually, surprisingly, on the Renegade side, is doing a lot of the work. JKS now down the middle. Early orb kill to take down Fur.
There's been a lot of opportunities for Renegades to find picks through those double doors towards the T side of mid. There's been some very lazy routes run by MIBR.
Look at Asa pushing all the way out. Are they going to be watching it? Not at all. Gets the kill on Fallen. And he's going to be straight back in again. This is one of those things where, you know, maybe you could have stuck around and looked for a double, but like, why do it? If you're 5 vs 3, you're already almost winning the round, right?
Everyone, look at what you caused. They have to come back and check this and clear this. And even the player of Lucas, I was just about to call him out, falling back from upper dark just to clear out T spawn. Look at all the time it's going to buy. And I think in the new meta of Dust2, or in the way that this map is currently being played, you have to have a player at long who's willing to take that risk once or twice throughout a half.
Yeah, and they picked the perfect round for it. That really does break apart the incoming offense there for MIBR. They were just settling with the fact that JKS was down the middle somewhere with the AWP, and they were sort of trying to look for him a little bit. And that absolutely falls apart here.
It's about to be a flawless victory.
Indeed it will be. The AWPs and the Asa pushing aggressively. That's all they needed, 9-4. This is such a great start for Renegades. They are they're really having a good time at the moment.
It's much like the second half of Inferno. Like there was some rough patches in there, and then finally they just kind of settled down and they figured things out. Now that they've got the economy in their favor, it's smooth sailing. This is what now, 6 in a row? Yeah, 6 in a row and 8 of the last 9. So good stuff. And MIBR seemed to be at a loss for answers going up against this double op. This time Lucas makes it out far enough that Liaz can't find the blind kill, can't find a clean fight, but how much more progress can be made from here? Still 3 defenders at this A bomb site, even with Yaz going down. Oh, and spammed right through the car. Beautiful stuff from Lucas.
Yeah, that's everything you could really want. And I think the next guy at the corner has got the AWP. That's Gratisfaction, but JKS is out here too. Just those AWPs, they need some sort of backup to make that work. So another round for MIBR with mostly the Eagles. Obviously the Krieg leading the charge in that one, but still,
yeah,
that's kind of outrageous that these are the rounds they're able to win.
3 of them. Ugh.
3 out of 5, yeah.
And it's unfortunate for Gratisfaction. He does look a little bit silly running to catwalk and just taking that panic shot with the AWP, but he had no other options. Once his teammates go down at long, like you're not secure. You know you're being split. You have to pick one or the other to commit to. And obviously they were already turning the corner at catwalk before he could get settled in to defend that portion. So it'll be 9-5 in the favor of Renegades, and they've got plenty of money. They're not going to be missing anything in the next round, and same with MIBR. They're going to have whatever they want. A double up setup for the moment. You imagine they use those to try and pick mid and then swap out for AK-47s. They could actually have multiple AWPs firing downrange.
Yeah, why not? Try and go for it. Spend that money on something, yeah. As a no chance at all that round. Very, very awkward round in a lot of ways, Renegades. They still have a great lead. They're still a good first half for them, but some of these rounds don't really seem like they're necessary. Got 2 orbs on that T side, actually 2 on the CT side as well. Taco, bit of an awkward jump, the flashbang, and the timing not really working out for him there. And Jacob is on the other side, not with an orb though.
I like this. MIBR's only done this on the round with pistols. Now a contact play towards the B bomb site hole, and that late flash. Jacob is ruined, but no, he's not. He survives a little bit longer, which allows JKS to get 1 kill, but he's got to back away. He must survive. Taco's still back in T-spawn, just waiting, and I believe he even tagged Azza right through it. Lucas is going to finish him off, and this is a brawl at the double doors of this bomb site.
All the while, Taco's just been holding this position towards T-spawn. He knows that no one is showing up there in the upper and lower dark area. How did he possibly retake this?
You don't.
No, that's
rhetorical question.
I mean, it's the 15th round. They're going to try and do their best. They get shut down before they even make their way through the smoke. And JKS goes down as well. A 9-6 finish at the end of the half here. MIBR holding on to it as best they can, which, I mean, it's a lot better than it could have been. I actually think Renegades looked like a much better team in the first half here.
Absolutely, you're right. MIBR just barely holding on the virtue of some of those Deagle rounds. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll get the second half and the completion of the second map.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, the second half about to commence here. Renegades and MIBR, and I don't know, it's been a wild game so far. We'll see if Renegades can find a way to bring it through and maybe end up winning the map. They've done all the groundwork so far.
They have. I mean, you have to feel, even despite the fact that the scoreline is, just 3 rounds separating them, 9-6. It's not bad for MIBR at all either. But the fact that the gun rounds have been so convincingly towards the favor of Renegades is what's really, really worrying. We'll see if MIBR can change that trend here in the second half. 2 players on catwalk, 2 players in mid, and 1 at the B bomb site. Lucas is going to get some action. They're going to turn the corner. Pop flash is perfect. His teammate Fur is dropped down to 11, and they've got to back away. They cannot take that fight on top of the box.
Well, especially because that pop flash is actually thrown from somebody at top mid. So if that person runs up closely, you've got to think that things won't be working out so well. A lot of damage on Fur.
This rotation is very awkward. Lucas is the only one here. Fur with a low HP. A headshot angle for him, but Lucas is about to get wrapped upon from long, and he's just a free kill.
And Azza not even slowing down, gonna begin to close that corner. The bomb will be planted, and I don't actually know what they do from here. MIBR, it feels very, very awkward at the moment. They need some impressive one-shots with the USPs. Otherwise, I just don't think this is even going to be close in this round. They have pretty much all of the advantage, Renegades, and just buying time as well. A little bit of a peek there for Gratisfaction. Just playing with them now as they're running out of time, and KNG will at least get one in return. He goes down swiftly afterwards, and Fur and Fallen low on health, and also just simply out of time to try and play this. Fallen gets dropped by Azza at a triple kill at the end. And I don't know, that seemed like that round was going to be out of their grasp really quickly.
Yeah, it was an awkward rotation when they fell off that setup on Catwalk. They didn't really seem like they had like a contingency or a plan B to kind of rotate into. Lucas all alone covering way too many different angles. Once Azza got the USP and just backed out towards long, it was all over. That was never going to work. 10-6 in the favor of Renegades.
Gratisfaction not showing us any magic early on in the middle. That smoke, though, is a bit of a giveaway. You know that something weird is going to be happening, or at least that you've lost a bit of control on that side of the map.
And you have to think that was called out, because JKS immediately fell away from Upper Dark. He just backed off. He didn't even want to mess with any kind of aggression, any kind of push. Just fall and join up with your team. Now, the one problem is, obviously, the Deagles and that massive damage is one of them, but if this takes too long in the rotation, the defense gets here, it's going to be sticky to attack this bomb site. But all of MIBR, 3 players going for a flank, means these 2 defenders are all alone. That'll make things much, much easier for Renegades.
Ooh, trying to get close. Falling wants to stop the bomb, but he can't. Still 2 beautiful kills coming out, and these are some of the rounds so far that MIBR have obviously proved really dangerous in. The flankers coming in from long. It's Fur with the MP9. And they're just trying to buy some time. They need to be active up here in this. KNG with a kill. Any minute now, clearing the corner. Fur long range, and they're going to be able to win the round. That is, I don't know, what is that, like 4 rounds out of the 7 that they're going to have that have been won with just basically Deagles?
It might even be 5. I don't know if I lost count, but this is getting outrageous.
That's, I don't know. It's like a bad sign that these are the rounds that MIB are winning, but it must also be really frustrating if you're Renegades. Like at some point, it's too much, right?
Well, that usually winning rounds like these, right, it buys you like that buffer to really figure things out on the rifle round, or to take some kind of economic advantage away from your opponents. But MIBR hasn't been able to capitalize on either one of those things. They haven't been able to make the gun rounds work, and they haven't been able to really drain too much economy off of Renegades. It's very strange they have not been able to get going, but still in this. So, I mean, fair play. However you do it, it doesn't really matter as long as you win in the end. We'll see if MIBR can get over the finish line. Lucas only able to get 1, but Fur's going to follow things up, and him too. Only the 1 kill.
Yeah, and this is going to start to sort of run out of power a little bit. It's surprising they even did that damage with the Glocks, so fair play, I guess, to Renegades. A quick round, and now we're at 10-8. So MIBR really starting to slowly make their way back in the game. Economically, they're not really doing fantastically. Neither are Renegades, but they have enough to buy in this round, so we'll see. That double up, though, could be pretty dangerous. Fallen and KNG, that sounds like a good mix.
Well, I mean, we saw it in the first half. Remember what Renegades rattled off like eight of those rounds with the double op setup, or once they got that going, that was when they went on their big streak. See if MIBR can do something similar. Fur's got the opening kill, almost punished by Liaz, and the drop from Fallen might have bailed Fur out of a tough spot. 5-on-3 advantage, but Azza gonna try and pick up the pieces. He knows there's likely a gap in the defense here at Catwalk for the moment, but he's been spotted. And now he's in a fight for his life. Fur with another kill, and KNG coming back with the AWP, misses his chance, but what can you actually do if you're Azza?
I don't know. I think headshots is the universal solution at this point, isn't it? It's what they need more of.
He's opened up the bomb site to at least get the plant, and this can be doable.
They do have 2 HE grenades on MIBR's side, so if they're locked into the bomb site like this, it's going to get a bit weird. Now, that Molotov on Azza, though, that's interesting. Time running down. A bit low already, in fact. And Jacob, what a stunning shot to take down Lucas. Now it's a 2 versus 3. Molotov to buy some time. There's one of the HE grenades, and Azza, he's going to get run over as well. Fur with the kill, and with the kit, they're going to have enough time for it. A little bit worrisome there. Don't want to be messing around with the defuse. But a nice triple kill for Fur and MIBR to pick up the round, even though it looked, I agree, it looked dangerous there for a minute.
Cool call as well from MIBR, sending all 3 players on the long flank to retake that bomb site. No one went up catwalk, which was smoked and was going to be follow-up Molotov as well. So that would have been inaccessible to the MIBR side. 9-10, closing the gap. First pause being called by the Renegades.
I'm hearing some talking, but I'm not. It's hard to decipher exactly what's being said.
I'm hearing Chad.
Was that Chad?
That's Chad.
All right. That's.
He's setting up a gag. Spoilers.
All right. I was hopefully not trying to call for Renegades. I feel like that would be interfering,
that would
overstepping.
be a bit weird.
Yelling at them. Go for the catwalk play.
It would be way more aggressive than that.
Some pistols, some armor, a little bit of grenades there on the Renegade side. I mean, they almost made a round like this work earlier with less than this. But this time they've taken a lot of damage, even just to make it to mid. That's pretty aggressive. I like the idea. I especially like the idea of them being really quick about it, but the fact that they've already been this tagged up makes me think maybe not.
Well, we'll see how it goes. All in. Ready and waiting with an AWP. A lot of utility for this hit. So Fallen with this op, he can get blinded, he can get isolated with smoke, but oh, that's a great shot. Jacob right through the edge. Molotov gonna force Fallen into the open. He's gonna go down for sure. Can he take any with him? Just the one. And Fur's pretty committed at this position as well, but he's standing tall to the task. Gratis faction, the only one left. JKS actually burns alive, and that's a nice shot, but a 1 versus 2.
And he's very low on health with no armor at all, and Taco will take him down. Man, that was well played by Fur. He was alternating the shots like on either side of the box. He knew that once he fired that gun, they were gonna all try and peek him just at different sides. So he's just like, I'm just gonna keep doing this.
You have to wonder. JKS burns in the Molotov that Gratis faction threw. I'm not entirely sure where that was, but you have to wonder if that one extra body could have been the thing that like tilted it to like just like let found Fur perhaps.
Yeah, it's not impossible, right?
Because the odds got evened up very quickly once JKS went down. 10-10.
Yes, out at long, the flashbangs to try and clear the corner. They're going to be able to get the control at least.
2-hit car? How do you feel about this, Anders?
Not a big fan.
I hear that car is paper thin.
It is. You're exactly right. It's glass just doesn't really stop any of the bullets, does it? If you could drive the car, it'd be different, that I'm in, but...
Ooh, the old, like, APC. CS Siege.
That's what you need. But they're sticking to it. I mean, I guess it can be done. They have some smokes to try and escape if they really need to.
Well, they also have Fur on catwalk, so they don't really have a chance of being wrapped upon quite yet, as long as he's alive. The question is, how do they manage this?
It's so dangerous. There is a Molotov on JKS, and so they can try and not even just peek it, but just Molotov out the car if they really want to.
Ooh, I like this. They stayed there. They're setting up for a delayed long take. Molotov going to come out behind the blue bin, but there's one close-up. JKS and Fallen and Lucas, they got him. And there's the flick over from Fallen as well. So nicely played, and now right into the arms of KNG. The double-off setup is working majestically.
Wow. That was really cool. That was, that's the sort of... That was even a late round call, wasn't it, to try and do that?
It's not easy to pull off those late long takes. You never know which of those flashbangs is going to actually land. Like JKS was even playing anti-flash. The first one didn't bother him whatsoever.
11-10. So far, Renegades struggling so badly on the second half with the economy. Now, looks like it could be a B rush, and they're going to be setting up with a grenade early on. Taco there. That first grenade might go a little bit far. It does actually land right on top of a bunch of them, but still, they managed to get him down, and now KNG's got to be very, very careful. If he just goes down for no reason here, then that might actually lose them the round.
It's got to be the worst feeling if you're Taco. Is the fire going to spread? Not quick enough. And actually, Jacob, excuse me, he is burning just a little bit. They've gone for a very quick retake. I think these ops might want to fall off, but that kill is going to lure them right back into the retake scenario.
Yes, it will. Half health on both the Renegades players, and KNG just walking through inside the smoke. Gratisfaction going down, and Lias firing that gun. I don't think he can't even see KNG. If he has the right side gun model there, then his own gun model is going to be covering for him coming out of the smoke. And what a retake and what a round win from MIBR. They're going to be so upset at the Renegade side. That was a round that was all laid out for them.
And we just talked about this as, you know, if you're MIBR, you've won so many rounds with Deagles, and yet you still weren't taking the lead. You were still down by some, but it bought them the time. It's one thing exactly we said, that winning those rounds just buys you a little bit of a buffer to get back into the game, to figure out the rifle rounds to stabilize, and they've done just that in the second half. 6 rounds in a row to the Brazilian defense.
Setting up for the same kind of a long rush here. Trying to see if they can get that done. They have the whole idea down perfectly. You can see the interval between the flashbangs, the smoke going down to the long corner. They've really figured that out, Renegades, but the problem is MIBR aren't giving them the fight afterwards. Gratisfaction, I think no. Yeah, they definitely know. He's in so much trouble, KNG. If he could have got a kill then, that would have been perfect.
Shrink the map. Fallen needs to just back away from this fight. Let Taco handle it. It's going to be a free kill for him. Now you have Fur waiting. He's on the ramp. Molotov to try and delay things. I don't think that's going to slow them down whatsoever. They're going to start crossing, but they're going to do it silently. And Fur has no idea.
Still have some cool grenades to work with. I mean, they have 2 HE grenades. Fur could try and unhand that one. And yeah, Taco a little bit early with the early Molotov. 4 versus 3. Still have 3 HEs left on the MIBR side. So there's Fallen putting up his. They're just being very annoying right now, aren't they? And now 40 seconds on the clock. And
Are they going to triple nade?
They could. That's what I'm thinking, is that just wait for that to go down. Although the counter Molotov coming out is beautiful, and Fallen actually burns alive. Yeah, they wanted to throw that grenade. They wanted for that to be the main focus of it. A bit of a jump and not much of a kill there. Fur will get the one before he goes down. And now it's Taco. 1 versus 2 to try and break this open, but the crossfire, I mean, again, he has to just try and go for the dry peek, and he gets shut down from JKS. A good defense from Renegades and MIBR. I think if they hadn't thrown that Molotov there on the catwalk to try and break that all up, maybe that would have been even better, but
Still, shout out to Fallen for running into the flames to try and make that work. Running into the fire. 12-11.
I just think that was a very cool idea. Like, imagine if you hear the bomb going down and you just throw 3 grenades there, and that explodes somebody after you've already delayed it with the Molotovs.
I wonder what the idea is behind throwing the 2 Molotovs first. Because remember, we saw Fur looking to underhand that nade relatively early on, and then they changed their mind to throw the Molotovs.
Yeah, maybe just hoping that, you know, that you can do, like, you know, 10 damage every time.
The extra, like, little chip damage or something.
Chip away at the guy trying to put the bomb down. I mean, you could have waited for them to hear the bomb, actually, I guess, but still. That's the best I can come up with.
Well, we get the luxury of theorizing. They don't get that luxury in the moment. 1 round separates these 2 teams.
Yeah, turn-based Counter-Strike would be very different when then. Gratisfaction, very quick, nice little bunny hop there.
All right, so they want KNG to take contact, and then as soon as he shoots, oh no, actually they might have heard the scope. Oh, Gratisfaction is so blind. Can they get him? Lucas has found the kill.
Lucas found that kill running with the pistol? That's actually pretty outrageous.
He was just trying to get into cover, but this is actually pretty solid from MIBR. They can win this. KNG rotating back towards mid, but the smokes are going to come down and ruin his day. However, you have Taco inside the B bomb site with the Deagle.
KNG, he tried to go for the smoke on Inferno, and it didn't really work out. Going to try and see if he can do it this time as well. JKS is going to be there. Taco in the corner, and he gets dropped. So I think the damage has been, or the threat has been avoided here. If you're Renegades, chance, and they will be able to close up the scoreline here and make it 12-12. Still, that's, I don't know, man.
I think this is all fine. If you're MIBR, I really like that round. You get creative, you give yourself a chance at a victory, and also with the kills they got at long, they don't lose anything. KNG invested in that AWP, and they just pick one up off of Gratisfaction since they picked him off in long. So it's all balanced out. It's all even.
No, it worked out really well for them. It's just, you know, there was that outside chance they could have put another round on the board like that. And I like the setup for it. Dan, you're absolutely right, I think. They heard the unscoping over at long, and they just thought, all right, let's go.
Because I always thought they were going to wait for KNG to take that shot and then throw the flashbang, but someone must have called something. 12-12. All tied up. First map went into overtime. A very narrow victory for MIBR, looking to close out the series in 2.
Running out of timeouts as well on the Renegade side. Yeah, tied up here. The money has really been, I think, the main problem for them all the time. Renegades just seems like every other round they have to think about saving. They have to worry about that side of it, and it's been tough to deal with. Now, though, they do have some money. They have a little bit in the bank, Jacob and JKS at least, with plus 4,000. So maybe that could be something. MIBR, on the other hand, are actually also running out of money.
Oh, they've been running out of money. They've been essentially out of money for the past couple rounds. Scraping together whatever they can to make a fight out of it. You think they have one last Eagle round in them?
Yeah. Just one more.
Just one more. That statistical anomaly you talked about at the beginning of the map is forgotten about very quickly.
Yeah, we've somehow. Oh, he sees the gun barrel. They definitely know, but they don't know about the top mid push. That's the big upside here. Fur does go down, but still, what a surprise to them. They were all gearing up to try and see if they could grenade that, maybe flash their way in, and now weirdly it's a 3-on-3.
They knew he was there, and he still got a kill out of it. So
yeah.
2-for-2 trade. You have to be so pleased with that if you're MIBR, and you'll be even more pleased when you go back and see what exactly you're going up against. Taco hiding, lying in wait. 3 Molotovs, though. If any of them use it here.
Yeah, he's going to be done. Oh, but the timing in the window, it's so good. Taco, early spray. He gets a quick double, and the gun is fired. No scope on Gratisfaction. He had to get that, or he was going to be done. I'm just kind of shocked that he even had time for it. And now the bomb being planted. Lucas coming in pretty quickly from upper dark, but Gratisfaction, is he going to go and check for it? He will, and he takes him down. And that's a huge win. Saving his team and putting Renegades on 13 rounds. That could have ended in absolute misery.
Unreal that he wins that. 1 versus 3. What a performance from Gratisfaction. Neutralizes this whole play from Taco. And how disappointing would it have been if they lost this and they go back and see they had 3 Molotovs and none of them were used to clear it out. They wanted to go for the contact play. They figured at this point the defense is thinned out, spread across the map, so only one defender. They did not want to give up their end game with the Molotov. 1 round lead for Renegades.
I'm seeing some HEs being picked up on MIBR.
No Deagles.
No Deagles.
You think they go back to it at this point?
I'd be very disappointed if we don't see at least a couple of them.
Taco's getting one for sure.
Lucas is the money for it. I mean,
yeah, drop a couple.
Drop a couple.
Hook a brother up.
Get something going here. We've been given so much. We've been shown a lot. Now all P250s instead.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
It's not okay.
No?
No.
He's got a 5.7.
They could have had a couple of them, but they had to have at least one, right? I feel like they betrayed the
thing that's gotten them here.
Yeah.
Well, Fallen's got 1 HE grenade that's going towards long all by its lonesome. Taco's got the other HE grenade in the B-bomb site, so no stack. Fallen crossing his fingers and blindly shooting through the smoke, hoping something connects. Not as much damage as he would have liked to have done.
Looks like they're going to end up over at long, at least for the minute. I mean, they hear that gun come out, and they could maybe guess at the sort of the money anyway. But just being able to get confirmation, maybe that means they can make a good decision, and they're being very careful about this.
I'm wondering if MIBR is playing off the fact that last time they had like a P250 or some kind of a partial save round, they did that long stack. They had the pop flash.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're just setting up for Fallen to have presence at long, show off the P250, and hope that Renegades goes to the other side of the map. But obviously Renegades not so much intimidated at the moment.
Well, they spotted Gratisfaction, and they're still sticking around Renegades, not worried about the information that they're just giving away. Jacob, easy kill on Fallen, the timing working out well. And Renegades, yeah, not falling for any tricks here, which is really good news. You have to feel for them. If they would have lost another round to some sort of weird trick over at the B-bomb site, it would have been heartbreaking. Saving the pistols maybe, but ultimately it'll be a 2-round lead now for the T side. So they're getting very close now to bringing us that 3rd map. Should be on Mirage.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Especially considering all the op play that we've had so far in the series, especially here on Dust2.
And some of the play that I feel like, maybe the slightly crazy play that's come out of MIBR in some of these games where they push and sort of go for some aggressive stuff, Mirage is kind of a map for that. So maybe it could be, could be all worth it.
Could be all worth it. We'll have to see. Renegades still need to close this out. We saw them make a very similar comeback at the end of Inferno to take what? It was a 15-14 lead at one point.
Yeah.
I think they're even down. I think they might have even been down 14-12 at one point as well. So the roles have been reversed, and we'll see if MIBR can handle the pressure. Final timeout taken by Renegades to talk things over, making sure they have everything situated for the T side, and also, for some of the economic issues that these teams have had throughout this map, at least for this point at Renegades, they're pretty situated for at least 2 to 3 rounds with their money, which is a great thing to have this late in the game.
Yeah, it does buy you some kind of a buffer in case.
Peace of mind.
Just a bit, right?
Yeah.
I would kind of, I know it didn't work out the last time they tried this, but I really enjoy the fast mid pushes that can come out from the T side.
We haven't seen any of those. You mean like the drop-down suicide and...
Yeah, I think they tried it once, Renegades, didn't they? I think they ran into Fur or somebody down there, but apart from that, it's been a little bit slower. Jacob now instead, not mid quite, but catwalk instead. He's made his way very deep in.
Fur's got the second AWP. He is going to have that at the car, and actually he's swapping it out for Fallen. That makes more sense. So Fallen holds on to the A bomb site. 3 players in Upper Dark for Renegades, a 4th coming to join them. A lot of this will be on KNG and Taco in the B bomb site, and they're both over towards window.
Yeah, they were shuffling about a bit, it's just so dangerous. If you're caught in the middle of moving your troops around inside of B, that will never work well. A little bit of a shot coming out. KNG all the way back here, but they have... Ooh, that could be a great grenade. In fact, it will be. But they have Molotovs in KNG. What can you do? That's the full magazine now. Output, KNG. If you fire that gun, that would have been it. The smoke is up, but still, they get Taco, and now there's all sorts of trouble heading KNG's way. They know he's back here. Lucas showing up to try and help out, but he goes down anyway. Fur in the middle to take care of Jacob. It's still a 3-on-3, and 35 seconds. Flashbang to set it up, Lucas. Does he want to go for it? He's not quite sure, and the bomb will be planted.
Saw that player at the box. Did not want to mess with that. Nade comes out as well. They know he's there. Not enough damage to clear out Aza.
They still have a Molotov. Gratisfaction has got no smoke, so that could be very dangerous. If they put it into the corner, he might never make it out, but they still need to get rid of the wrist. And, I mean, retaking this bomb side is just almost impossible. There's Fur certainly thinking about it. They're running out of time very quickly. Fur the only one with the kit. And that Molotov preventing Gratisfaction from really getting put into play. JKS will get one, and they're all trying to come through the window, but it's just taken so long, and JKS will be able to close it out. Fur, yeah, he could try and do some damage here, but not even really committed to it. That's going to be 15 rounds for Renegades. And they managed to hold on to that bomb site, and which wasn't always clear that they were going to be able to do that.
No, I mean, that's such a tense situation. If you're an MIBR fan watching KNG just line that up through the smoke, I thought for sure he was going to take at least one shot, but the Molotov prioritized his life and not able to get anything from it. Nice hold in the post plant for Renegades as JKS slides into the open. Dust talked about him needing to step up, which I guess is kind of always the story of Renegades. He's just that kind of engine, that volume fragger that you love to have on a team. Pretty critical, impactful kills in that round.
Speaking of which, getting a kill, he's completely sandwiched in, and they'll be able to trade that one right away. Weird position now for Renegades to be in, because they're kind of pushed towards long, but also everybody knows that they're going to be here, and that's a nice tag from Fall. I think he tagged Gratisfaction as well.
Well, we'll see. Oh, and he got a third tag now. This is great from Fallen. He's softened him up so well. They can't plant because of the Molotovs, and now the rest of the defense is here, being held at bay at the moment by Renegades utility. But you can see MIBR desperately trying to get involved in the action, and again, it's KNG coming through a smoke with a pop flash from his teammate, but it doesn't work, and Renegades gonna seal this map too. Fallen's got all the tags, but he hasn't been able to complete any of the kills.
Wow, that's a wild way of things to end, isn't it? He gets one more at the end, so tagged all 4 players, but only got 1 of the kills, and that'll be Renegades picking up the second map and pushing us onto Mirage. So good job on the mostly Australian side.
And good job, like, maintaining some discipline and your focus after losing what? I think we ended the count of like 5, maybe 6 rounds against low economy buys, against Deagles, against P250s, against, you know, Scout here or there.
Yeah.
Like, that is not an easy thing to do. When you lose that 4th one, you just kind of look down the line, you're like, all right, boys, like, what's going on?
I could imagine things getting really, really frustrating, especially because that broke their economy a number of times, and probably gave them a feeling that they were sort of losing meaningless rounds there. But
it gave me the feeling that they were losing some. I was like, oh boy, this isn't going to go well.
It was entertaining, but yeah, if you're Renegades, you're going to be really bored of that stuff happening after a while. So good job that they managed to sort of break the trend and find that 3rd map, which we're going to go to.
Yeah, right after the break. Thanks for that beautiful toss. See you later.